What's happening, y'all? I am the Ball King Nostalgic, and this is Slick Blast Rapcast. About to about to discuss and have a dope convo with a gentleman named Detail Junkies. We've had some good conversations the last couple weeks, and yeah, we're about to chop it up and have a good convo. And I'm hyped to see what he's about, and we're gonna do this. So I'm gonna send you a request, my brother. All right, like clockwork. I like it, like clockwork. Okay, you already sent a request. That's how we're doing it. Master Rock, Rubik's One. Much love to you guys. What's good, brother? Hope all is good. As we have on our special guest. What's going
All
on,
right.
man?
How's it going?
Good, my brother. How are you, man? Welcome, man.
Good.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, it's an honor to be here, bro.
Definitely, I appreciate it, man. So yeah, let's introduce the brother Detail Junkies as he goes by. Welcome to Slick Blast Rapcast, man. And I want to thank you.
Hey.
Yeah, man, I want to thank you for rocking with me and the show. And as always, man, I think it's appropriate to give you your flowers while you're here, man, because you're contributing. You love this culture, obviously, this hip hop culture, and you grew up on it, as we discussed, for the last couple weeks. So I want to thank you, man, for
Yeah.
just doing what you're doing. I think it's dope. It's creative, and you're meshing, your love for the hip hop culture with cool cars and toy cars. I think that's a
Yeah,
beautiful thing, man.
that's something I've been struggling to figure out how to mesh those two like since forever. And
Yeah,
all of a sudden it just kind of hit all at once. Yeah.
absolutely. But no,
So
you're doing a
we
great
have fun.
job, man. I mean, the Doom, obviously the Doom, the Wu-Tang one. You got some special stuff coming up as well. So yeah, man. Let's
Yeah.
before yeah, man. Let's hop into the DeLorean, as I like to say. Let's go back in time. Let's go back in time. And I know, because we discussed this off air. I know you mentioned that you do have Illinois roots. You were
Oh
born.
yeah, yeah. So
Let's
I'm
talk.
from Aurora, which is about an hour from Chicago, depending on where you're at. Um, being a Boricua, I'm guessing West Side. Where you at in Chicago?
No. Well, yeah. Growing up, I was everywhere, to be honest, man. We were in the Hermosa neighborhood, so that was, yeah, West Side for sure. And then
Yep.
man, we kind of we Northwest at some point. We moved everywhere, to be honest, man. We moved
Right
all
on.
over the freaking place. And yeah, still here in Illinois, so
Right on. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it was getting a little hot for me out there, man. I moved out of there '97, and we acknowledge the fact that we're like the same age. So
yes,
yeah,
yes, we are.
finished up high school, and then I realized that was it. I decided it that year. I mean, um, yeah, some bad stuff was going down around me.
I,
Aurora was a lot like Chicago, just condensed. You could not get away from it. Like if you had some shit go down in Chicago, you can dip and dodge and go to other parts of town or whatever. We had nowhere to go, so it was pretty hot. so so yeah, we moved to Dallas. I had an uncle out here, and yeah, we looked at a few different spots. We looked at Atlanta and other cities like that. They were just pretty, you know what I mean? And um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I've been out in Dallas for a while, but yeah, I do go back to Chicago every couple years at least, and yeah, just kind of so. Next time I'm out there, I gotta look you up, man. See if we can.
that sounds good. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. We'll have we'll have a good beer. I know a bunch of breweries, of course. I'm a big craft beer savant. Uh,
Oh, right on. Yeah, yeah. Me too. I'm known for my IPA selections, but I'm on something basic today. I didn't really prepare. It's just a Sierra Nevada one.
Okay, cool. And then so
Yeah.
all right, so a shout out to Sierra Nevada. We got Revolution, one of the OG breweries here in Chicago. So this is
Right on.
a sharp rye meets soaring hops. Is a hazy. This is a hazy IPA. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's what this one is. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all about that hazy, man. I mean, I'm pretty versatile with the palate, but hazy is definitely my bread and butter for sure. If I have to go
Yeah.
to a spot, I'm gonna definitely get a hazy first before I try anything else. So.
Right, right.
But yeah, cheers to you, my brother, man. Cheers.
Thanks. Yeah, yeah. Salute.
Salud, my brother.
And
Salud.
cheers to some of my people I see in there commenting and everything.
Yeah, man. Yeah, to all the brothers that are down with Detail Junkies. Much love
Yeah.
to you guys, and I appreciate you guys getting on, man. So yeah, man. You and I definitely we clicked instantly. Obviously, well, I want to give a shout out to Dinkle D of Leaders of the New School, of course.
Oh yeah. So this shirt came in the other day. Yeah.
Woo! Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Yep.
So I want to, yeah, I want to. I saw the white and yellow one. I think I want to get that one. I do like the black one too, but I have a lot of
I
black.
got the white one. I got the white one too. That's got the lyrics from
Yes,
Scenario.
from Scenario,
Yeah.
correct. He has that one as
Yeah.
well. So
Yeah.
basically, so the way we linked up, man, is basically I saw obviously Dinkle D, he posted that, and I was like, I ain't gonna snooze on that. And I literally like I reached out to him and I was like, man, I still wasn't aware of you. I
Right.
wasn't sure, right, who created that, who's behind the whole concept in terms of that. So I was like, okay, Dinkle D's promoting this dope car, the school bus, and it has the whole vibe of the Leaders of the New School, you know, that era that we grew up in. So it's like, cool, let's do it, of course. And I told him,
Yeah.
I said, I'm gonna be the first to order that. And man, I didn't
So,
snooze.
yeah.
So then finally, I saw you were responsible for creating the bus, and then that's when I reached out to you. Right, I reached out to you a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
and we've been clicking, man, ever since. So yeah, again, man, you know,
Man, it was it's great to see that. Yeah. I don't know. See, like that. You know, what's next? You know, tracks like that,
yep,
and have always been like a part of me. You know, it's like I don't know. It had to be done. It wasn't one that I thought would be popular or anything like that. You know, it'd be just a few of us, you know, that would get it. You know what I mean? And still be
exactly.
down whatever has got their name on it. And I don't know. That just seemed like a perfect fit. Like the MF Doom food truck was the first idea, and I saw Andres is on here. That's the dude that sent me a video of one that was made out of cardboard, I
Oh
guess in
wow,
New York or something. And it was just that concept and done on cardboard. And I was like, that's it. Because I had the 24 scale Jada, like dead cast, dead cast, Deadpool diecast
oh
food
Deadpool, I
truck
love
that I've
Deadpool, man.
been,
Yeah,
yeah. So they came out with that. It was available at like the GameStops and everything. So I bought as many of those as I could, especially when they went on clearance. I bought them all up. I was like, I'm going to customize some of these.
that's right.
And so I had a stack of them. I made um, some custom metal plates, that's my product line, specifically for that kit because I knew I wanted to customize one.
Right.
And I've been sitting on the idea. Do you watch Lucas Brothers?
Yeah, definitely. When I have the chance, I definitely
Remember?
do. Yeah.
Yeah, remember that? Did you see the one with the food trucks?
Oh, I didn't get to see that one actually.
I
I
won't
missed out
spoil
on
it,
that one.
but yeah,
Yeah.
look that up later. Yeah. So that's the original idea I had, and I just kind of sat on it. It was like I need to do the artwork, but when I saw that, I was like, okay, that's it. And then I decided, I saw the little Hot Wheels, like, all right, that can also adapt well for that. I can do a bunch of these to share.
Yes.
You know, the big ones they take me a long time to do,
Yeah.
but these I could, you know, make enough to share for the class. So along with that, it just kind of spun out of spun out of control. It was like just several ideas. The Leaders of the New School bus being one of them. The Wu-Tang ice cream truck, that was actually one of the first ones I did because I could do the decals at home on that with a white white paint job. I can do homemade decals.
That's a beauty.
And yeah, so that one has got the menu on there. You know, it's French vanilla, you know, and all that.
Fresh vanilla butter pecan chocolate deluxe.
There you go.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's dope.
So yes, that was a fun one. This is one of the first ones I was able to do. Like I said, I can make my own decals for this one, but this one they needed to be professionally made because they're going over dark colors, and I don't know. Yeah, just needed professionally made.
Definitely.
So that one took a while to get done. But in the meantime, yeah, wheels been spinning. That was just had to be done. The Grand National from the Run the Jewels album.
That's dope. I saw that. I definitely saw that one too.
Yeah, it's fun stuff. You know, just goofing around, having fun. Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. But yeah, that Leaders of the New School one, that was great. I saw that Dico D. I've been following Dico D for a little bit. I was like, all right, as soon as I get a chance, I'm gonna send one to him.
Yep.
You know, and so I threw a post up and I tagged him in it, and I was like, I'll just send them to you.
Yep.
Do what you want with them.
Right.
Yeah, I guess it did really well. He's looking for we're gonna do a second batch. So
Love it.
I'm just tracking down those little school buses. You'd think some of these things would be easy to find, but some of them can be kind of difficult.
Yeah, man. It's like you said, man. It's a tough. We spoke about that. During the messaging in the good convo, you were saying it is tough to find these duplicates sometimes because they either not available or they're somebody snatched them all up because they were on clearance if that was the case, or
Yeah, yeah, um, yeah. Because I don't know, it's Hot Wheels is an entirely different world that I'm not used to. Like we always just took for granted any. There's some random ones that are always at the store, but never really pay attention to what it is.
yeah, man.
And so when it comes down to something simple as a simple, school bus, you think, sure, you should be able to find that at any store. And I guess they just run them for certain points of time, and then they're gone. They'll bring them back every few years. So the people who end up with them are either kids that got them destroyed somewhere, or
Yeah,
collectors. So you got to pay collectors prices and find them, because they're not necessarily hot ones out there. So people aren't like, putting them all over the place. So the less popular ones, I guess, are the more difficult ones to even find, because they just have them stashed or whatever.
right.
But, I don't know, but I'll find them. Yeah, it's all good.
That's
It's
one good
part
thing.
of the hunt. It's a whole new hobby within the hobby is hunting. It's
Yeah,
like finding these things.
and it's got to be a thrill
Yeah.
for you in the hunting aspect, and not only that, man, that you have an OG legend like Dinko D, somebody obviously that you grew up hearing one of in that era, golden era. It's got to be a special feeling to know that he appreciates your art and what you have to offer. So I think that's cool, man. I think that, and I give props to you for that. That's respect. That it's kind of
Thanks, man.
yeah, it's a full circle moment for you, and I'm definitely excited and hyped to see what else is coming next. So
Absolutely. Yeah. They're my childhood heroes. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, man. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, man. I mean, I know they're not on great terms, honestly, but man, just to I think that they were just very rare. They were a very energetic, like just a dope group, man. They all fed off of each other's energy.
Yeah.
And I think that we need more groups like that nowadays, because like we both know, like, and it's not a secret, obviously, like there's a lot of hip hop out now that kind of sounds the same, and it's like when there's these new guys out, Coast Contra. I don't know if you've heard of them.
I was gonna say that. I was like, there is an exception already.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. Yeah, amazing.
right,
Yeah.
they're a throwback to leaders of the new school. They're a combo of like almost everybody, and I like that they're like really hyped and they're energetic and they feed off.
Yeah, they feed off each other. Yeah.
They feed off of each other. You know what I mean? And so to see that, I love that. I love the influences, and I love that that they're taking it back. Like these young guys, and two of the four guys of Coast Contra, they're twin sons of Rascas, the legendary Rascas.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
I knew they were twins, but I didn't realize they were sons of Rascas.
yeah, dude. So
well, there you go. Yeah.
So you know
awesome.
that DNA. I mean, come on, now that's a superhero MC right there, Rascas. So it's like it's already naturally in. So again, once again, man, I want to thank everybody, Detail Junkies followers for kicking it here, and yeah, man, I appreciate you guys, and also some of my peoples as well. Much love to you guys, man. You guys are loyal. I'm grateful for you guys. Yeah, Raz.
Armando Flores popped up. What up, Armando?
Armando, what's going on, Armando? Shout out to you.
Salute.
Raz and Taj Austin. Yeah, man. Those are his twin sons. So
yeah, that's cool.
So let's get into it, man. I wanna take a sip of this taste of beer. So I wanna know the first hip hop song, because I always ask her, because I think it's important. This is obviously a hip hop.
Like the first hip hop song that like stuck with me as a kid, kind of thing,
or stuck with you, and you said, "Okay, the hell with this. This is what I love, and I'm gonna continue to grow and listen to this music." Moving on. What was the first song that you remember that resonated with you, and you said, "I fell in love with this beautiful culture and music"?
It had to be on the radio, man, when I was a kid, and it was mostly like R&B stations. GCI, WGCI, 107.
Oh yeah, they're still around actually. Yeah, they're still around. WGCI is
so that's what my parents would listen to.
Yeah.
And I remember it was mostly R&B stuff at the time, and the one thing that really grabbed me right out the gate was that little Inspector Gadget beat, Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick, that, and I was like, fine, but that right there, it's like had me hooked.
Yeah.
Looking for anything else that sound because it sounded like nothing else I'd ever heard before,
Right.
and wrecked my brain.
Yes.
And unless that came on, I was never satisfied. And of course, it was radio, and I was too young to be recording joints off the radio or anything like that. But I was fortunate enough. I did have some older brothers, that helped me out with the. I had Beastie Boys when that came out.
Come on now. Woo.
On cassette.
I just saw, speaking
So
of Beastie
that was
Boys,
probably
speaking of Beastie Boys,
that was really what cemented it for me because my older brother he bought the tape from like Venture or Kmart or something like that.
I'm going old school. Venture and Venture was amazing. The Zebra.
Yeah.
I would call it the Zebra store when I was a kid.
The Zebra store, yeah.
Yeah.
But I still remember that him buying it, and I was like, I was jealous, and he's like, "Don't worry, bro, I'm gonna make you a copy." So I had that copy up until I don't know, I may still have it. No, but I had that tape for the longest time, and that was what I jammed to like just forever, until of course I got a little bit older, but yeah.
Absolutely.
Those are the two big things right there, man. Yeah, Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh, 6 Minutes.
Yep.
And or the show, sorry. And then and then Beastie Boys album would be the second thing that really just kind of.
Speaking of which, man, I just dove into that Beastie Boys. It's on Apple TV. I know you could watch it on YouTube possibly, but if you haven't had a chance, watch that Beastie Boys biography. It's basically obviously rest in peace MCA, Mike D and Ad Rock. They're basically on a stage with a big ass screen, and Spike Jonze, the movie director, he's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Visually, cinematically, he's a dope dude. Spike Jonze, he's done a lot of dope movies visually and videos. Yeah, man, it's a nice breakdown on their careers and how they started and how everything ended. So you mentioning Beastie Boys, man, they have a special place in my heart, man, because those guys are pretty amazing for the simple fact that they went from Def Jam, Rick Rubin, and of course Russell Simmons creating this thing that they wanted, envisioned, and then for them to kind of leave that and be like, we're gonna do our own thing, and that was the best thing that ever happened, that they went independent, because
there was no outline for them. They had to create the entire path from the very beginning, being the first white rappers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, with a punk feel, and then enduring. Like there was never like any public breakup or when they're doing solo albums or anything like that. They would get a little weird and do some instrumental albums or whatever.
And even some rock stuff. That was in their roots, the punk rock. Like they dope, So I love that you mentioned Beasties, because definitely they're locked in. They've been locked in my top 10 all time for sure. Because
forever. Yeah. And that'll never change. They just transcend, man. Like with everybody loves Beastie Boys.
Yep. DJ E Money.
Be in a conversation with anybody.
Yep. DJ E Money. I just said that. Yeah, like literally 15 seconds ago. So great minds think alike with the punk rock thing.
I've seen the footage of them being on those TV shows from the 70s, the public access things, and they were doing, the first concert.
They're crazy.
Yeah.
They were loose, they were just having a blast.
They had a girl in the band or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, very cool.
And again, you mentioned, and of course we talking NBA, because obviously today's, and we're obviously NBA junkies. We discussed that, but I know in the 90s you said. So how hard was that to leave Illinois, being a Bulls fan, to then go? How hard was that? Because man,
not so bad. What was cool is all right, I used to buy the tickets, right, to see the games.
Yeah.
I would go to Ticketmaster. No, the record store. What was it? It was a record store. We have to stand out in line for waiting for tickets.
Yeah.
For the Bulls games. But yeah, we have to stand out in line. I can't remember the name of the record store. But anyways, so when I moved to Dallas, the first thing I did, as soon as it was available, they opened the tickets. I found out I had to go down to the actual stadium to buy them, which I thought was weird. And then I got there first day, or got there early. And what was cool is I got all the best seats and for super cheap. And I got the full of games and everything. I was like, so it was sad at first, but then I was like, but I'm living the best of it right now. Because it was Dallas in 97, 98, I guess, 97. Yeah. So they were great. They had Mashburn Kid and 3 J's, Jason Kidd, Jamal Mashburn. And then,
Jason Kidd.
yeah. And so, but it was cool. Yeah, I got good seats instead of standing room only. You know, and, so I wasn't too sad about it after that.
No, that's cool, man. Yeah, you had the best of both worlds. In the '90s, yeah, man. Again, man, the '90s NBA was definitely physical. It was. Look, it wasn't like now, like today's NBA. There's a lot of obviously today's NBA. They're a lot more athletic. I feel they're now you got big guys trying to shooting threes and chucking threes and making them. But
Yeah,
the difference I feel is the physicality aspect from the '90s to now, because now if you and I look, you and I are on a squad and we're trying to foul somebody, and literally we'll just touch with our finger, we'll touch their shoulder, they're already falling on the floor like they just got shot. And I'm like, dude,
yeah.
what? I
No,
literally just
those
touched
dudes are
you.
rough, man.
Why are you going to the hole?
The-
Before it was like dudes got punched in the nose while they were going to the hole, and they wouldn't call anything because it was the physical, like, let's
Well, we used to play rough too. You know, that's how we
yeah.
actually played, not just watched it. Like we used to play rough too. You know, I used to
Right.
love
And
that.
back then it was like,
Um,
if you elbow me in the neck or the side of the ribs, I'm just gonna get back at you. And
keep moving until you go down. Yeah, you keep
yeah, you
moving.
keep moving, and we're gonna come home with a bloody nose. And my mom's gonna be like, "What the hell just happened?" I'm like, "Oh, we were playing ball."
Yeah, they're like, it's not. It's a non-contact sport.
I know
You know.
exactly. More finesse, but yeah, we got our asses whooped that night.
Yeah, and then watching it, yeah, you had teams like the Knicks and the Pistons, and
Yes,
yeah, they're just rough,
they
dude.
were rough.
I've watched some of the old games on Hulu or whatever, you know, the throwback legends, classics, I don't know, whatever it was.
Exactly.
And one of those series, I'm like, those dudes are rough, man.
It was definitely rough for sure. So
Mhm.
let me ask you, man. So who are some solo MCs, not groups? Because obviously, there's some guys. I would say Emma Doom is one of your favorites because you obviously made.
Obviously,
Yeah, I mean,
obviously, no, and he really is.
yeah, right. Some of those guys
Yeah.
that you made are pretty much they resonate with you and you growing up. Who are some other guys, that you appreciate as MCs, man? Because there's a lot of guys out
Yeah, yeah.
there that we can name.
It's a long list,
Yeah.
but all right, off the top of my head, just had this conversation with Doug not too long ago. One of my homeboys that probably should be watching.
Much love.
Um,
Much love.
Yeah. On my list would definitely be Apathy
Oh, Apathy's
and because again, he's like the same age, like we're the same
almost
life,
the same age as
you know.
us. I mean, we're in the same. Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's I just get it. And then Slug, Atmosphere.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Same thing. Like, the way he breaks down his life is like, actually a lot of Atmosphere albums, a lot of that was actually like matched my life. You know what I mean? It was like when he was going, if you look at his albums, you can see when he was kind of being a young punk.
Yep.
And then, and then all the way to the point, doing the party life and everything, and then where he hits his family, and then
Right.
acknowledges the fact that you're kind of an old man now, but
Yeah.
still cool.
Exactly.
Like it can reflect and find your place, be comfortable with that. And I feel like I've I think he's older than us, but yeah, it's still like I feel like that's been very very fitting as just a nice backdrop to my own life. You know what I mean?
That's interesting that you're comparing Slug to you because Slug he has a lot of tales. Slug is a great storyteller. When he first came out, a lot of dark stuff that he's gone through and like depressing stuff, right? Like he's gone through a lot of stuff and a lot of loves, like a lot of broken hearted relationships. So it's he's definitely evolved, man. Like and now he, like you said, they're still relevant, man. They're still making music now as we speak. So shout out to Atmosphere, man, because
there's a couple times you're like, I'm listening to it because I love this guy. It's like, but then you just hold on just a little bit longer. Like, oh, yep, he's got it. Yep, we're good.
And some people may consider it now what they call it dad rap or whatever, dad hip hop.
That's fine too,
and that's great because it's grown up rap. It's we evolved with Slug growing up, and now he's a dad. He's a family man. So it's dope that he's still rhyming about cool stuff, but in a newer light because he is a different person now. He's not the same Slug that he was 25 plus years ago.
Yeah, and it would be sad, and I mean that's been a thing too. It's been a common thing that people would talk about. It's like these guys are 40 years old, but talking like they're 20. you know.
Right, right.
And then that reminds me of a statement that Andre 3000, was like, he kind of retired because he didn't feel like he's older now. Now he's, kind of feel like he's nothing else for him to talk about. And it's like, well, I know there isn't him. He just may not want to, but I
Yeah.
know there's plenty of stuff we can talk about.
Honestly, man,
And
and it's funny you mentioned Andre 3K because he's definitely, man, he's one of the greatest, and I think that him and Big Boy, I think that they have one more left in them as far as if they really wanted to do it. Because that Andre 3K is in his own stratosphere. This guy does movies, he does shows, he shows up in a commercial on a Super Bowl, like whenever the hell he feels like it. And then Big Boy, and then Big Boy on the other hand he's still doing music, with Sleepy Brown and some of these guys from the ATL, the Dungeon Family, of course. So I would definitely love to see an Outkast reunion as much as everybody else. Yeah. I'm sure
it'd be great.
That would be great.
Yeah.
So.
One of the things I wanted to point out too, man, was like, us being from the Midwest, not being specifically East Coast, not being specifically West Coast, we really we had a nice seat in the house when we watched all of this stuff happen around us, all the hip hop stuff. We weren't stuck where we had to cheer for, East Coast or West. We just got to take a nice seat and watch it all envelop. And a lot of people, like, we would just find good music no matter where it was from. We all like discovered like Scarface, and Ghetto Boys, that wasn't for us, I don't know. We had a very unique place, and I'm sure that's the same for most of the United States. It's not New York and California.
It's funny that you're saying that because I've spoken to some guys on social media, and I'll be like, "Oh, what are you into?" And they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm from so and so. I just listen to this and that." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, like you just said it, Midwest guys like ourselves. I think we were very universal with our ears. We liked everything."
Yeah.
Just because
we got to listen to everything with an open mind.
Yeah, always. And I think that's
whether it be from Florida, some old Luke,
Right. It wasn't just Luke Skywalker and the bass sound, the Miami bass sound, but you're right about that. Midwest guys like us, I think we've and in general, everybody in the Midwest, I think, has a versatile ear to themselves, and I think that's what makes it beautiful, man. And I'm sure everybody else, like in their own states, they got their way of listening to stuff. But I agree with that statement, so it's definitely valid for sure. And absolutely. So and again, man, I'm hyped. We talked about some projects that you and I would like to do, and I would like to work with you with some stuff, and obviously, we'll keep that. We'll keep that.
Yeah. I was gonna spill the beans on a couple projects here since it's live, but let's definitely do something, even if they're just short runs. Well, they're mostly gonna be short runs anyway. But
absolutely. And so damn, so the weather here, it's still. By the way, it's still raining. It's been 3 freaking weeks in a row. It's been like Waterworld, the movie with Kevin Costner over here, dude. It's raining every damn day. The weather over there, I'm sure, is magnificent, right? In Dallas.
It's for today. Yeah, we have like a 40% chance of rain tomorrow, but it was like it got up to like 80 degrees or something. It's been beautiful, dude. Wow. Yeah, we did have a scare of like freezing weather. Yeah, I'll shut up. Never mind.
No, that's good. You got to bring some of that.
We did have Texas Snowmageddon last year around in February, where the whole city shut down and
I remember that.
Lost power. It was crazy. But yeah, well, again, I grew up out there, and I never had a snow day. Well, no, I had one snow day, and it was because the pipes froze, the water pipes froze in the basement. We don't have basements down here.
Yeah, okay. No basements, okay.
And it flooded the basement of the school I went to, and that was the one day they closed the school for I think it was actually a couple days.
Wow. Damn.
But that's it. Otherwise, we had to get our asses up and shovel that snow.
I know you ain't lying about that, dude. I'm over that crap, to be honest.
You got kids to do that for you yet?
Not yet, man. No kids, believe it or not, man. We have a pup, we have a dog. My wife and I have a dog, but eventually, she wants to. We're eventually gonna start a family at some point. When it happens,
Yeah.
So let's. I want to acknowledge this because I try to be as detailed as possible and try to do all the research and be thorough. I want to give you credit for also. I know that you are a founder if I'm not mistaken, for a magazine, right, or some kind of
Yeah,
magazine.
yeah, yeah.
Well, let's talk about
Yeah,
that. Let's
actually,
talk about that.
I've got one here. So my big thing has been model cars. Since I was a kid, and this is why it was important for me to try to eventually find a way to mash the two up because while I'm building model cars, I'm always listening to hip hop music. It's like
Yeah.
always got music playing while I'm doing stuff. Um, so I don't know. Anyways, model cars has been my thing, and back in the '90s, again, there was, of course, you're familiar with Lowrider magazine.
Yes, the legendary
Um,
Lowrider magazine.
right. Okay, so I don't know if you remember, there was also a Lowrider bicycle magazine.
Yes, I do remember that too.
So, all right, cool. So in that Lowrider bicycle magazine, yeah, the first half of it was all about lowrider bikes, and the second half was all about model cars, which was really what took my little bit of a hobby as a kid, just slapping cars together.
Yeah.
It took it to actually making lowriders out of them and really having fun with it. So that was what really inspired me, is just having those magazines. And so there's been nothing really of that sort in years. Now, a few smaller magazines popped up here and there, and we supported them and everything, but there was nothing really out there. So me and a buddy of mine who is part of another club in California,
Okay.
we got together. We just turned out, yeah, it was a perfect match. Like I've got my certain set of skills, and he's got his certain set of skills.
Liam Nielsen, you remind me of the movie
It's
Taken.
still around, bro. Don't bother. It's coming, bro. Yeah, it's been delayed for a while because of my ADD ass, man. I've been jumping different projects, but here's the last one we did, and it's been over a year.
Let's
So
check
that's
it
why
out.
I do like. I wish it was still around. This was volume 5, and there we go.
Yeah, a little more back. So a little more back, if that's cool. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that looks nice, man. That's very nice.
And these are really high quality, prints. I mean, this is really thick paper.
That's nice. Quality. You
We
can
did
tell
them.
quality.
Yeah, we did them as. Let's see. Here, I'll pull up.
Super dope. Super dope.
Um,
Damn, that looks nice, man. The quality is very nice, and you can see the rich print, quality print in that. Look at that. Wow.
and look at these works. So we just felt it was nice. Like, okay, so everybody's got social media and everything,
Right.
but we wanted something tangible, something old school that people would really just hold on to as a collector's piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And something. This is my buddy Benjamin Legrand.
Shout out to
So
Benjamin.
yeah, something that something that he would hold on to at very least. And inspire some of the kids. Speaking of '90s kid, here's a cool
Oh,
Lamborghini.
that's dope. I like that. That's nice. And that's blue's my favorite color, so that's super nice. Yeah.
So yeah, 2020 pandemic. That's how old this is. All right, when this
Wow.
first started. And then we do build offs or car shows. This is an online car show thing that
Look at that.
that somebody hosted, and we decided to publish the winners and everybody's thing. So, anyways, yeah. So we did this for, I guess, a couple of years, and so yeah, I've got to bring it back, man. It's definitely a labor of love. We've been having fun with it. But yeah, dedicatedmagazine.com. It's with my buddy Willie Ramirez Jr. out of La Mirada, California.
Shout out to that gentleman, your brother right there, and you guys have done an amazing job, as I can see visually, and everybody else. Super dope, man. By the way, so props to that, guys. You guys are doing a great job with that. I love the quality too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so last year we ended up really taking the year off anyway because we were focusing on a show. So we did, again, the whole Lowrider magazine concept with a super show. We took that to the scale models, and so we hosted. We're working really hard. We had some family come out from all over to help us out with it. We've got some people in Jersey, and some of the guys that have really done a lot of the model car contests out there in California already that were part of the scene. To help us out, and so we just, I don't know, we had a really good time out there, man. It was a pretty impressive thing. So yeah,
That's super dope.
so now that we've done that, and then it's like me creating these model car parts. I create these little pieces of metal sheets. Here's just something random.
Give us a look.
So These are saw blades for your X-Acto knives
Oh,
in particular.
oh, damn. Okay. That's
So like I draw stuff and then I have them etched,
okay.
on metal. Mostly as like grills and stuff like that for the model cars.
Super dope, man. Look at that. Oh, that's. Oh, look at that. Ooh, look at that.
There's one there. So that's like a grill.
Ooh, man.
So that's something else that's been keeping me busy, doing stuff like that.
Master Ace. Master Ace sitting on Chrome vibes right there. Look at that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly, exactly.
Ooh, I was born
So,
pro. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, they see
it's
he's displaying some of these dope pieces, man. Look at that. Look at that detail. That's beautiful.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Probably the hood. Yeah, this one
Ooh.
flashing right there is a little Wu Tang pendant. You can't really
You can't. Oh
see it in
wow.
here, but yeah, if you look on my Instagram, you'll see
Yeah.
plenty of pictures of all these things, man. So yeah, they're a lot of fun to do. And so yeah, basically one of the goals has always been to try to figure a way to tie in, you know,
That's
hip hop directly into it. You know what I mean?
that's right. I love it. So it's hip hop and model cars combining. It's a nice mesh into one, and I think that's a cool thing. DJ E Money gave you a compliment. Thank you. Talented person, great guest, Slick. Hey man.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to do here, man. Just showcase guys that are very talented and love their craft. And that's that's what I'm trying to do. Showcase all of you great guys out there because there's a lot of dope people and talented people
Oh
on
man,
planet Earth, and sometimes they don't get a chance to be displayed. So that's where I come in, and I want to and tribute you guys
well,
and show you guys love and pay homage, to the arts.
I'm very honored, man, to be on the same platform. I mean, we've had some pretty amazing guests, dude.
Thank you, man. Yeah,
Um, yeah, Hubert, Master Ace, yeah, Bobito Ross on here. I watched that one.
nice,
That was cool.
nice,
Yeah, so
man. Thank you.
yeah, I watched everyone mostly, but yeah, man, it's really cool.
I appreciate.
So yeah, I'm honored, man. I'm honored to be here.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. It's a pleasure, and likewise. So so here we go, man. This is the part of the show.
What?
So this is the portion of the show where Nostalgic is gonna throw a little curveball with my brother Detail Junkies here, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good curveball, not the one that bruises you and then you start fighting with the pitcher.
Bruises the ego, maybe.
Yeah, right, exactly. So this is a segment I call DOA, Dead or Alive. So
All right.
Dead or Alive. It can be
Cool.
somebody in the custom toy car industry. It could be somebody,
Oh damn.
an MC. It could be a producer. It can be a b-boy. It could be a DJ. Anybody in the five elements of hip hop. Three guys, dead or alive, that you have not worked with, that you would want to work with, that pops in your head in 2 weeks. If they called you, and not text you. If they called you on the phone and said,
They call me
right,
and be like, "Hey,
yo,
let's do work.
let's work.
Drop your shit.
Yeah.
Let's go right now."
Yes, exactly. No questions. Three guys that
Put in
come
my
to your
notes.
head, and you can take your time because there's a lot of guys, there's a lot of greats out there and legends. So again, it could be an MC,
Yeah.
producer, DJ, breakdancer, janitor that used to be a breakdancer, now he's successful janitor.
Okay. So this is in a whatever I want to do with it kind of situation. What they would call me upon for. I don't know. I don't know. On my mind lately, because of some projects that I have in mind. So there's a few people I have in mind. Yeah, just because of these projects that I've got going on in my mind, at least. So one of the first people I want to reach out to would be Beat Nuts. And I think that would play well with whatever other concept might come across, whether that be some fake imaginary land where I'm back rapping and I'm actually pretty decent. Whatever.
I love it. Shout out to
Or throw it, whatever the case may be. I think Beat Nuts would work. Psycho Les and Juju, those dudes are crazy.
Yeah, they are.
And I think that just the vibes of that would be fun, man. Fun to be around.
Shout out to Psycho Les, by the way. He's the homie. He's become he's a good brother, man. And I've had him on the show. Last year I had him on the show. I had the pleasure to have him.
Oh damn! I gotta look that up.
Check
Yeah,
that
that's
one
cool.
out. You'll appreciate that when he had we both had a beer because he's a big craft beer head too. So you'll appreciate this one for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love to drink with those guys, and Yeah, and Juju seems like crazy ass man.
Yeah, yeah, man. He is, man. He
like
is.
like we all knew that guy in the hood, you know.
Right. You're like, that's the
They would get
enforcer,
you into
huh?
some trouble if you let him.
So far,
yeah,
hey, so far, that's a phenomenal pick because those guys are legends. That's no question about it.
yeah.
The Intoxicated Demons, right? Um,
That's good.
you
Yeah.
two more.
You know another one that I just love is Handsome Boy Marlin School, man. Some Prince Paul and Danny Automator.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
love, I love this pick because guess what? You're the
Mm.
first. You're the first guy. You're the first guest on my show that mentioned those two because those guys.
No way.
Yeah, promise you, nobody has
All
mentioned
right.
Prince Paul. I have a near. I love Prince Paul. Prince Paul is a beast, of course.
Anything he does, pretty much. Anything he touches is
Dude, the
amazing.
king. He's the originator of the skits. For people that don't know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. Yeah, he
he
created that, I
created the
think.
skits. De La Soul,
Yeah, the
High
Gala.
Rising, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
the Grave Diggers as well. I mean,
Right.
Sonic.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course, Danny Automator. That I've been trying to get.
Just his mind, dude. Is like
Yes,
what? Yeah.
Deltron for people that don't know about Deltron 3030, and I'm sure most of you do, but forever who hasn't heard that album, please go hear that album and take your time with it. Deltron 3030 is basically like ahead of its time. It's almost like it reminds me of the
Yeah.
movie Blade Runner and like Mad
In
Max.
an audio. Yeah.
If Blade Runner and Mad Max had a soundtrack, I think that Deltron 3030 would be a perfect soundtrack. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it'd make a great movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could just see it. Like, it needs to be actually like a Netflix series. You know?
Absolutely. So Handsome Boy Modeling School, I love it. And they're actually, by the way, man, now that you're mentioning them, they're touring actually. They're doing a special show. Yeah, they're not touring.
I thought they were doing a show not too long ago, or maybe that was a while ago, actually.
Yeah.
But I mean, I remember them talking about coming up with another album together. I'd love to see it happen.
Oh, I wish. I hope.
But I imagine those things do take time with all those different people they collaborate with. So hopefully that's still in play.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. From God's lips to your ears, man, as they say. Yeah.
Yeah, just the unique artists that they come up with that you wouldn't necessarily, think you'd even like. Like what was the dude's name from Faith No More? Remember?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Like I guess they give him a
name. The long hair.
Yeah, no, but he produced like his whole album and everything. As a solo artist at one point, I think, or maybe not his whole album, but I know he did some solo production for him. Maybe his whole album or a band or something else that he did.
Yeah, he did it. I know he did.
Sorry, I didn't come prepared with notes.
No, you're good.
But
no, this is beautiful because it's always unscripted, man. When I have people on, so it's usually from the brain. So that's how we do it. We improvise.
Yeah. You don't
exactly.
You won't be looking stuff up. That ain't real.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So far you got you have the Beat Nuts, and then you have Handsome Boy Modeling School, which is Prince Paul and Danny Automator, both two legends, producers. And
and then,
one more pick.
I think
one more pick.
One more pick. I think I'd go with. Damn it! Hold on.
I know it's tough.
Well, it's not going to be. I'm going to be forgetting somebody, and it's going to come back and bite me.
That's fine.
Well, it won't. It'll just be. This is what it is.
Exactly. Yeah.
I brought up Atmosphere. So how about Slug and Merge, man? Let's do another Felt album or something.
Ooh, so Slug and Merge together, of course, Felts.
Yeah.
Okay. Slug.
With me producing.
Yes. Oh, dude. Merz, look at man.
You know how they always change producers? Yeah.
Always. But Merz is another guy, man. He's one of the most consistent MCs on planet Earth as far as
hardworking MCs, man.
One of the most hardworking in the world, I would say. That guy continues to make music. He's got a family. And he just came out with a new album. It's Merz in Miami, it's called, I think. Merz in Miami or something like that. Dope project, by the way. The guy that he's on is a producer.
Oh yeah, I just heard one not too long ago. It had the Men at Work thing going on with it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was pretty good. Yeah, I was playing that. My wife even liked it. I played it, and then my wife was like, "Oh, what's that?" Yeah, she's like, "Oh, Merz." Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, Merz is very. He's another guy that's, as I like to say, criminally underrated, man. I think that dude is just like
all the living legends, man. All the living legends. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. Grouch.
Yes.
Love that dude.
Eli. All those guys.
Those are the guys that I would like. You asked me earlier, guys that that would resonate with me. Grouch, Eli. Like you hear their stories, and it's like you totally relatable to real life shit that we go through. You know what I mean? Because I don't. I moved away from all that gang shit a long time ago, so I don't live that life, nor do I want
Oh
to.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
I'm good. That's the way I am. But there's still music that's like that works for me. You know what I mean? That I can listen to and be like, not put me in some where I want to be a thug or anything.
Right,
You
right.
know, just somewhere I enjoy me being me. You know?
And
Yeah,
that's the only thing you can do is be you, and that's a beautiful thing, you know. So
yeah,
that's how we stay
yeah.
unique and authentic, man. So being authentic is great, right? Because you stand out,
It's hip hop, bro.
and
It's hip hop.
it's hip hop. That's it.
Yep,
So
yep.
yeah. So again, once again, the Ball King Nostalgia kicking it with my man Detail Junkies as he got some dope projects coming up. And I know there's still for anybody that wants to purchase. By the way, this is my plug for everybody for this gentleman here. Anybody wants to purchase some of his stuff, you can check out. I'll post on my story, and I'll actually post, of course, your IG page of mine, and obviously I'll archive this and spread the word to everybody that's not familiar and that doesn't know. But quickly, I can see that traction moving very quickly because Dinkle D, once again, Dinkle D was like, okay, this is dope. He approved it, and now it's going to be a nice, good dom.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So you want to hear? I've got a project working with Master Ace,
Yep.
directly with him. That was one of the first dudes. Thanks to my homie Tim, who's actually I'm a big fan of Master Ace, but my boy Tim is even
A bigger fan?
a bigger fan. Yeah,
Okay.
like yeah, his music, like he would have been the first one that he named when it's somebody that resonates and impacts his life. So he's the one that was like, "Hey, bro, you should do a Master Ace one." I was like, "I'm gonna reach out to him and see if he's down,"
Yeah.
because I don't want. I'm gonna. I know a lot of my stuff is just gonna end up being bootleg toys. There's not. I understand I'm not gonna be able to get a hold of certain people,
And you know what?
but I'm gonna try.
Yeah, look at man.
Because the ones that I can get a hold of is gonna be make it that much cooler. So here I'm gonna show you. I reached out to Master Ace, asked him about what do you think about doing a sitting on Chrome edition Hot Wheels. And I asked him I threw out some ideas. There's some Suzuki Samurais, there's some Jeeps, whatever, some little baby Benzes, whatever you want to throw out there. The SLs, the convertibles from the '90s, all that stuff will kind of work. And he's like, "How about a Suburban, like the one that is on my cover?" So here's the album cover, the artwork for the
Oh my
that pretty much
Lord.
I was able to find a good print of that, and then I just redid that font, found that logo separately and everything. So anyway, that's the Suburban that he was like wanting
Yes. Dude.
to be recreated. So I found
He's a humble guy too, man, by the way. Master Ace is a really, really humble guy, man. He's a great dude. So great guy.
So yeah, he seems awesome, man. So the that body style, that year Suburban, actually turns out to be a rare one, naturally. And this is the only way it was ever made. They were in NASCAR Suburbans. All right, so this is how they are, and I had been able to track these down actually fairly easily.
Yeah.
I've gotten like 30 of these things.
Damn.
Surprisingly, I think because the NASCAR guys thought they would be collectibles, so they all bought them, and they're trying to get rid of them.
Yeah.
But this is the only way that body style Suburban was made.
That's super dope.
So I tear these down, strip them, drill them out, pop everything apart, and here is the result of one in some pearl white.
Oh my
I don't think I'm going to be able to get some good shots here, but
no, that looks good, man.
I'll post some pics of these here soon.
Yeah, look at that. And you know that people are going to be on it, man. People are going to be on it when it's released. So forever, when it's released, people do not snooze because these are collectibles.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's highly collectible. Yeah, he's down to sign these things too, the packaging and everything. So this is gonna be a true collectible piece.
Yeah.
So it's pearl white paint. The wheels, they're an aftermarket item through RPX1 Designs.
Okay.
Which is really cool wheels. And he picked those out too. There's some baby there's some billet wheels that were from the '90s. I don't remember the actual name of the wheel, but they're the two-pop wheels on the Benz or whatever. Yeah. And then that's kind of what it'll look like.
Wow, look at that. And I was thinking too, saw this Puerto Rican Latin Chico Rico Suave in a Corolla, and you wasn't want to play it. You see a random Puerto Rican dude in a Corolla passing up.
Damn. Yeah, they're like, is there a Corolla?
Yeah, exactly. Oh man.
There be a combo pack, you know?
Right, a combo pack,
Like,
right?
battery.
Limited combo packs. I love it.
And then the other one I threw out there, very similar to the Dinko D one. I just kind of threw out this one I made as a one-off. I just posted it on my stories or whatever for the new Cool Kids album.
Yes.
It just kind of lent itself pretty easily to this white Humvee that I found
Chicago's own,
with a roof rack.
the cool kid, Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago shit, yeah. So, and I'm a big fan of that, and then yeah.
That's dope.
So as soon as yeah.
That's dope.
So I've been trying to track these down because they're down for this.
Yes.
And yeah, I had a little conference call with them and everything, and yeah, they're down.
And look,
So that'll be coming soon.
and look, man,
Huh?
and look, and I'm here to help myself. So if you obviously some of the guests that I've had on that I'm actually still connected to, because there's a decent amount of guys that I'm connected to consistently now.
Oh yeah, huge list. Yeah.
So if you ever wanted to do something with some of these guys that you see that I've had on, you reach out to me and then I can do my part well as best as I can. No, my pleasure, man. This is what
Thank you.
this is what it's all about.
Too cool, Chris from the side. Hell yeah.
Too Cool Chris from the Shy. There you go.
Yes, I remember that.
Too Cool Chris, DJ E Money, man. You brought it back to the vaults. I love that. I love that you brought it back, and you know what's up. I appreciate that.
You guys remember CMB?
Yes,
Cash Money.
Cash Money Brothers. Yep.
Man, that was all right. So that was probably the mixtape that it just lasted forever. Right? At some point, I had those found those at Swap Meet or whatever. The CDs actually. Those are like the first CDs I think I ever owned. But I know they were out on tape too.
Yeah, CMB.
And,
man, they did their thing, man, and I love the fact that they will come out with some. I don't know how they got their hands on these underground classics that were not even released yet on the radio, but it was dope to hear. Right? I was like,
I just thought they were like, okay, MTV doesn't have this, or MTV Raps doesn't have this yet.
Right.
But yeah,
I was like, and remember back
yeah.
then, it was hard. There was no social media, there was landlines, there was no like high tech phones back then where you could kind of download stuff and just visually see stuff now with the palm of our fingers or the palm of our hands. Back then, they were releasing dope stuff. So shout out to CMB wherever you guys are.
Yeah, however you are.
I hope you guys
amazing, man. It was life changing to me for sure, man. Yeah, I mean they had, what was it? Some like the Chronic kind of stuff on there, and what was that CMB4?
Yep.
What was some of the stuff on there?
Some dude. I remember
Ice Cube, everybody, man.
Kayla. Track, and I know they had a couple of Wu-Tang affiliated songs. This guy named King Sun. King Sun. Hey,
King Sun.
Hey, ho. Hey, dude, it had some underground guys. Like, damn.
I remember that time for some action, and they would cut it out. That Redman one, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. Was that the Cypress Hill song that they did with that, or was that the Redman one?
I think that was the Redman one. The Redman one.
The original, right? Yeah.
That's super dope.
Wow.
CMB,
anyway,
you brought him back from the freaking the gravel. I haven't heard of dude. CMB, I have not. I don't even think they have an Instagram page. I don't know where they're
at. I never. I have no idea who they were, and I had to do some research to even find out. I was like, are they even from Chicago?
Right.
And I remember finding years ago, I found a guy that was downloading old Chicago mixtapes. And would he downloaded them all or whatever, and was offering them as MP3s.
That's dope.
And then uploaded them to YouTube and offering as MP3. So I bought them.
Wow.
Hell yeah, dude, I'm down. Like, yes, because I have those are long gone, like CDs or tapes and all that stuff. It's long gone. And dude's got everything. Too Cool Chris and all that stuff. That's why I thought about it. It was like, because he had a whole bunch of like the old. Booty House and
it's funny, man, because I've been here all my life, man, all 42 years in Illinois, like obviously 27 years in the city, and then now I'm in the burbs for the last 18, but it's still Chicago's literally in the corner of our block. We're all connected, but Yeah, man, it's crazy. My wife and I was looking at some houses in Texas, nowhere specific, but just Texas. I was like, man, houses are cheap over there, man. I was like, whoa, that's nice.
Yeah,
Very nice.
yeah.
A lot of space, a
Um,
lot of house, and a lot of bang for your buck. That's one thing I noticed.
yeah, yeah.
Not trying to jump off topic, but I just thought that.
No. Texas is great, dude. One of the things, though, yeah, don't believe all the stereotypical shit about people just being on horses and talking with southern
Oh,
accents
I
and
already know
shit.
that's off. I already knew that from the jump. I know that's a
uh,
stereotype.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
There's still like, TV shows now. Like, what's that? Uh, um, the 911 in Austin.
Oh yes,
It's
the reality show, right? Is it?
it's freaking Austin, man. It's a suburb type of town. It's very chill. It's not country at all. Well, from what I know, anyway. And I mean, there are definitely some spots like we got Fort Worth, Texas, which is really deep in their roots.
Okay.
Uh,
More southern,
as far
more
as keeping
southern,
that.
like real southern.
But even that, like, all right. So I thought Fort Worth was the last town. Like, if you want to go to feel that stereotype of Texas, see some people on horses and see cows and all that.
Right.
Some dirt roads or whatever. But I was talking to a guy when I was buying so I have a cool old Corvair. One of the guys I was talking to that was looking at buying his, straight up hipster, and yeah, Austin's college town. But he's straight up hipster in Fort Worth. He's like, oh, bro, yeah, I moved to Fort Worth because the people are super friendly, and it's like, and then when I go around, he's like, yes, let's go to eat, whatever, and yeah. Like, the whole thing has changed. It's all been, like you would normally call it gentrified or whatever, but it's from the whole old west style to like modern. So it's weird too. It's like, okay,
It's a nice
I don't
blend,
know.
right? So you're saying it's a nice blend of all types of people, right?
Eat money. Yeah, I'm in Denton, bro. Denton's great, dude. Richard, yeah, I'm not so much a fan of Richardson, but it's all right. But yeah, Denton is where I'm at. I lived all over what they call the. Thank you, bro. I lived all over the Metroplex. From Dallas, they have Dallas, Fort Worth, and then a bunch of all the suburbs.
Okay.
And I was kind of getting a little bored with it. It's just you've got Dallas is cool. It's a good place to live and make a living.
Right.
That was the big thing. Dallas is a great place to make a living. There's definitely stuff to do, but it's no beautiful oceans or anything like that. It's a good place to just raise a family and everything.
That's nice to know.
But I'm still getting bored with it because you got some places that are too hood, you got some places that are too bougie, And then I found Denton, which is more of an artist town,
I like that.
college town, very big into arts and music. I mean, Cool Keith, instead of going to Dallas, he'll come to Denton. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Which is coming up this weekend or whatever. Yeah.
Cool.
So
He got a show coming up, right? And it's gonna be by you.
Yeah. So he's coming. Yeah, it's like 5 minutes down the road from me, and yeah. So this is why they rushed these for me. This is from Hip Hop Toys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shout out to the homie Hip Hop Toys. I got mine coming this week, actually. So mine should be coming hopefully sooner.
Well, I told them, I was like, rush this, man, because so they sent me a few of them because so Trent, you talked to that dude.
So
he's
there's two guys
Hip Hop Toys.
from Hip Hop Toys. There's two of them, right?
Two of them, right? Yeah. So Trent, the guy I talked to, the one that's under the thing.
Yeah.
He's a hip hop promoter in Australia, dude. He'd be a good one for the show if you haven't had him on. This dude's fascinating. But anyways, yeah. So
and I'm sorry to interrupt you. It's funny that you say that because I already asked him to be on. So he said at some point he's going to get on. So that's cool that you mentioned that. It's kind of a
he's in Australia, so it'll be the time warp thing that you got to fight with. But that dude's he's a fascinating guy. So I'm glad you're having him on. I'll definitely watch. But so he put me in touch with his manager right away. He's like, "Oh, bro, I'll set it all up." I was like, "Hurry up, because they're coming to town."
Yeah.
And and I want to make sure they can sign one.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you want one signed too, whatever, So he sent me like a batch of them.
There you go.
Like,
That's dope.
one for him, one for his boy, and a gift for Cool Keith. Oh, and that reminds me. All right, Analog Brothers?
Of course I do. Yes.
Of course. My bad.
No,
I'm
you're
ridiculous.
good. Yeah. Woo!
The Bionic Oldsmobile.
Oh my god! Look at that,
It's just some random. Hot Wheels make some really whack stuff, and I was like,
dude. Look at,
I've been keeping my eye out, like doing this hunting thing. I was like, what would actually work as a Bionic Oldsmobile? And
dude.
I don't
That's
know, just that weird
perfect.
thing.
Look at that. Oh
Just
my
seemed
god.
like kind of pimpish,
Woo!
very futuristic.
Space age
You
pimping
know,
right
I
there.
was like, that's it. So it's just one of one. I'm gonna give it to him if he wants it. Cool. If not, then he can sign it and give it back to me. I don't care. But so he's being,
Yeah,
he's gonna be
let
in
him
town.
sign it for sure. You know, sign it.
Yeah. So
Speaking
he'll
of
be in
cool
town
kids,
on
yeah,
he'll be in town Saturday, so I'm gonna catch up with him before the show. So just meet him at the hotel or whatever before. But yeah, we've
that's
got
dope.
it's a cool show that's going on. It's a bunch of like weirdos, you know. It's not just a rap concert, you know. It's
Right.
just a bunch of cool eccentric artists, you know, and it's cool that he's gonna be there.
I love that. I love that. Yeah.
And then we got Farside coming out
Yo, yep.
next on the 20th, next Wednesday. We'll, you know, the three of them.
Yep.
So I've got a project. I meant to bring in a clean one. This is one I've been working on, but
Yes.
it's doing a roller coaster one.
Yes. Yeah, this is the one you
this is
told
the-
me about. We talked about this last week.
Yeah, so I got the decal made. This is a rough draft. This is a reject. It didn't work out as planned, but I have until the 20th to figure out like 4 of them so I can give some away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's on the 20th, so that's coming up. And then yeah, so I've got my hands full, man. I'm having fun. Fat Lip, yep.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Fat Lip, as I met, and I told you, he's him and I are doing a track together, so I'm looking forward to that. Fat Lip of the Far Side.
That's amazing, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's a full circle thing, man.
Yeah,
Right?
that's dream. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm happy.
Making it
that
happen.
we're both collaborating with those guys. That's a beautiful thing. You know, I love it.
Well, they don't know yet. This is bootleg as far as I'm
Right, but eventually
they don't know
I'm
about it
sure
yet.
they'll
Yeah.
appreciate it,
But-
just like Dinkle D did and Kool Keith. So that'll be dope.
Yeah. No, but yeah, manifest, man. That's crazy.
That's what it's all
Just
about,
making it happen.
manifesting. That's it, man. And fun fact, I was, because you and I are obviously we're the same age, which is beautiful. 8th grade.
Yeah.
8th grade. I remember I heard Passing Me By for the first time when I was in 8th grade.
Oh.
Dude, 8th grade, 93. And
Yeah.
and my cousin was in my class with me. And shout out to my cousin Nelson, another hardcore hip hop head. And you'll eventually meet him. He goes, "Cuz, do you hear these guys?" And that's when I saw the roller coaster, the graphics. And the rest is history, of course.
Yeah, that album just never got old, dude. We never got tired of
We
it.
never
You
got
know, it's
tired.
like always been there.
Timeless. And a lot of Chicago, we're Chicago guys, born and raised in Chicago, Illinois guys. And I noticed a lot of people from Illinois, the following for the Far Side in Illinois, it was love. It was just
Strong, right?
beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It fits, the whole city. I don't know. Yeah, it seems like they could be from Chicago.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. DJ Money says, "Passing Me By remix." Oh, the remix was beautiful too.
Oh yeah.
Woof.
Yeah.
Yep. Very, very harmonizing. And I think, look, man, Booty Brown, I have nothing against the guy, but I think that he should have just rekindled, I think he should have just squashed whatever he's got going on and just,
Even a half-ass it just to be there.
just crap, like Wedding Crashers, Vince Vaughn style, and freaking Wilson, crash the freaking concert and just perform with them, and they'll appreciate it. I don't know. My brother, man, it's been dope talking with you, man, and of course, I'm looking forward to doing some projects with you as we discussed, and I'm very happy for you and your success. And it's moving very fast, and that's what I like, man. I like to, again, man. I'm very happy
Thanks.
for you, my brother. I'm very happy for you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been great having. Thank you for having me on the show, brother. It means a lot.
Definitely.
Be on the same platform as some of these other guys, and you're awesome, man. We'll definitely be doing some stuff in the future, bro. Yeah.
Looking forward to it, man. And before we
I've been a repeat guest on other podcasts, so maybe we can continue to do the same.
Oh, dude.
You know?
So check this out. This is where we can geek out because we're obviously hip hop nerds.
Yeah.
I do a segment called Mix and Match, and at some point,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I told you.
I've
I
seen
told
those,
you. Yeah. I told you a little bit about it. So it'll be dope. You can definitely hop on as a guest, and then I'll get 2 more other guys, and we'll get this thing going, man.
All right.
It's fun, man.
Yeah.
It's fun. You saw that I had the Cellar Dwellers on.
Oh, those go on too. That's amazing. Yeah, I've watched a couple of them, man. Yeah,
Man, it's fun.
It just gets deeper and deeper. Yeah.
It's fun. So yeah, man. So before we bounce out, man, again, once again, beautiful conversation, and I appreciate you being on with me. You're a great dude, obviously. I appreciate your energy, and it's nothing, nothing but success moving forward, man. But anybody that
Thank you.
anybody that you would like to shout out before we bounce out of this great convo and great
Oh,
episode? Anybody that you
yeah.
want
You know what?
anybody you want to shout
One thing I need to say before I go, definitely like Detail Junkies is it started off as me, but it's really not just me by any means. I've got a crew, a team really that supports me and helps out with whatever and yeah. So we've got Andres 3000, Scaleton. Those are actually like part of the team
Okay.
directly. We've got Fat Kings 10 from Tony, who are all part of they're the ones that'll do the 3D printing and printing. They're the ones that give me the ideas. They're the ones that'll come over and help me.
Wow.
Like give me shit if it's a bad idea, or when the magazines come out, they're the ones that like help me unpack them and pack them and send them out to everybody. That put the posters inside, that put the stickers and shit, like
Yeah.
everything that goes into it. These are not. There's absolutely no way is this just me, and I couldn't do it without a team, and that goes well beyond just those guys that I've been talking about. Like I mentioned Willie, who helped me with the magazine, but even that's just the two of us that had the idea, and then several other people came in behind and supported it by sending in pictures, creating actual model cars for it, buying the damn thing, just
Fighting in general.
like it just goes well beyond just none of this shit is just me at all, you know what I mean? Whether it be the ideas, just the moral support, and then coming down and helping me find stuff or buying, and just the time you put in. So I'm very grateful for that. It's by no means Detail Junkies just me. It's plural for a reason.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's great, man. And that,
So
cool, man. That's
yeah.
noble of you, and transparent of you to do that. And obviously, it's a team effort, and that's great. That you guys are doing it together, and you guys are doing great things, man. So again, you got a supporter here for life, and of course, other people will be following as well. So continue to work, my brother, and
Thank you.
yeah, thank you again for being on. And I will be archiving this episode so people can check it out for whoever didn't get a chance to, and
Awesome.
we'll continue to stay connected, man.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, awesome, man.
All right, brother. Have a good night, man.
All right, you too, brother.
Appreciate you,
All right,
man.
peace.
Thanks. Peace. All right. All right. There you have it. Thank you, DJ Money. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Definitely. A good brother. Good brother. And yeah. So another great episode in the books. Detailed Junkies once again. Check out his page if you're not following him. He's making some dope stuff and collaborating with some legends. And moving forward, he'll be collaborating with more as we speak. So, all right. So once again, I want to thank everybody that's tuned in for this Monday evening, and I will archive it, post it as always. All right. Much love. I'm the Ball Nostalgic. This is Slick Bass Rapcast. DJ Money. Thank you. God bless.